I got the grace by Melania, we actually could have salvaged it. And if I didn't die to Melania,